Hello everyone. So a few months ago everybody would have been called far right for even suggesting this, that the majority of people coming to this country seeking asylum from wherever they come from. In a lot of cases they come on false documents, in some cases they come on no documents. And this is the Minister for Justice. Now I've been saying this for the last few years, that pretty much 90%, 95 nearly, percent of the people coming here are all young men, just to say. A lot of them, don't have any documents or have fake documents. And won't tell us who they are, where they come from, and why they're here. And the Minister for Justice basically said what everybody was thinking for the last 10 years, nearly 10 years at this stage, that a lot of people coming here are not genuine people. They're not going to tell us who they are and why they're here, and their record, etc. And that's the very least they should do when they come to a country looking for money and a house and etc. They should at least say, I'm such and such from such and such country. They won't even tell us that, and a lot of them get rid of their documents because they have a lot to hide. But a lot of them have no grounds to be here, because obviously Ireland's on the other side of Europe, and a lot of people coming turning up from countries like Georgia, from Albania, where there's hundreds of countries around them that they should be going to, because obviously the EU will say you're supposed to seek asylum in the first country you go to. So take for example, if you're coming from Africa, Greece, Italy, Spain, etc., them countries, you have no business to be getting on a plane. Like a lot of cases, a lot of them coming from Italy, flying to the UK, coming to Ireland then. So I don't know how they're getting the money to come from here to there to everywhere. And the Minister for Justice and the government basically are kind of saying that a lot of people, the far right, have been saying it for the last few years, are pretty much right. Because let's be fair, it is the truth. 90% or so are coming here on false pretenses. And the other thing, the evidence that we have to show for that too. So this is the new fast tracking system implemented just late last year. And as we can see, and this is to do with asylum claims, are they genuine people that are genuinely seeking asylum? Are they coming from war-torn countries? Take for example like Ukraine, Sudan, etc. And as you can see here, 9 out of 10 asylum seekers are rejected because they're here have no reason to be here. In a lot of countries there's no wars going on, and they're coming here from other countries. Take for example, in one case I seen a few weeks ago, they came all the way from Greece, they went to Poland, they went to Germany, they went to the Netherlands, they went to England, then they went to Ireland. So basically they were kind of shopping around to see what benefits they would get. That's what was basically said. And that's when that fellow said, no, you shouldn't be here, you have no right to be here, why are you here? Basically, because he basically was shopping around to see what he could get in each state. That's pretty much what was said to him, that he had no legal basis to be here, because he was in many European countries, he was in safe countries, and he came all the way to Ireland to look for asylum, etc. And again, of course, he had false documentation too, and he wouldn't tell them who he was, etc. And the simple reality is, when you see this, you know there's something wrong, because beforehand everybody was getting approved. Like, you could literally come in with no passport, nothing. About 3 or 4 years ago, literally everybody was just getting approved straight up. There was nobody being rejected at all. So it's about time the system is saying to people no. It's simple as that, no. But unfortunately, a lot of these people are here already, so it's about getting them sent home or sent them somewhere, because a lot of them are here claiming asylum. And and as you know, in this country they can't deport anybody nearly at all, because a lot of them have no basis to be here. And it's just a simple truth. And again, this is the Minister for Justice saying, and everybody can see it, that there's a lot of asylum seekers that come in here and have Nike shoes, they have iPhones, etc. And I've seen it myself. People that are supposed to be refugees, they have better clothes than I have, they have better phones than I have, they have better gadgets than I have. And they're coming here and they're saying they have no money and they have nothing. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And it's not fair even on the genuine people that are seeking asylum from, say, for example, from Ukraine or from countries that are war-torn countries. Take for example Sudan, Ukraine. You could say Afghanistan even. It should be women and children anyway, first of all, instead of young men in their 20s and 30s coming here. I don't know why. There was a case of a person from Afghanistan who came here and he left his wife and child home in Afghanistan, and he basically took a load of money off social welfare for the Irish people, false claims, etc., to get money out of the Irish people. Now he wants to bring his wife and children home. He was acquitted of it. Well, not acquitted, but they let him off with it, basically. And now he wants to bring his wife and children here, because the Irish state's going to pay for it. But it's absolutely a farce when you see that kind of stuff. That you think he'd be staying there to fight the Taliban instead of sending his wife and child here, instead of him coming here. I don't know why he's here, but it shows you that he doesn't have much care for his wife and child if he's left them in a country that he thought it wasn't safe, and he's left them for 3 or 4 years and went off. It doesn't make any sense to me. And to anybody in India, and I hear that a lot, that nobody can make sense of that. Why would you leave your wife and child? Surely you would try your best to get them out of here and fight the Taliban yourself. But it is simply the truth, and we can't deny it, that it's being abused. The country is being abused, and every country in Europe is being abused. Because our kindness has been taken for granted. And the same in Ireland. Thousands of people were approved to stay here. And unfortunately, a lot of them turned into criminals, and they caused a lot of trouble in some cases. Take for example, there's many examples I could give you, but what I'm trying to say is a lot of these people are not genuine. Because if you were genuine, you would say straight away who you are, where you're from, your whole background. Where should I work? The first question should be say, what should I do? What can I do for the Irish state to pay back letting me in? In a lot of cases, they won't. They're staying in accommodation and getting it free, etc. It's not fair on people, and it's not fair on the Irish people too, having to fuck the bill for people that are not genuine people. It's simple as that, they're not genuine in a lot of cases. And again, this just shows this. This kind of just shows, and this is just from the other day, that it's not genuine. That a lot of these people are not genuine people. Simple thing. The simple truth is that they're not genuine. They don't have any basis to be here. They have no right to be here. But anyway, do let me know what you think. Because, it's about time something is done. Because for too long, I think this country's been taken advantage of by people coming here with no justification at all. And especially because it's costing a huge amount of money, public money, that should be put to better use, to be totally honest. Because if people are coming here with force, it's the same with any Irish citizen that goes to board. You should always be fair with any country you want to get into, for work permit or whatever, to even visit. You should always be upfront and straight with whatever authorities they are, whatever customs authority you come across. Always say who you are, give your passport, say who your name is, where you're from, what county, whereabouts. Don't hide anything. Always be upfront. If you have nothing to hide, you shouldn't be hiding or destroying your passport or anything. It's the same there, because at the end of the day, you have no right to be in their country. They can decide if they don't want you or not. It's their country. It's the same for any Irish person going to Australia. They can say, no, we don't want you. And that's their right. That's their country. But anyway, let me know what you think. Subscribe for more, and bye.